You probably are aware, we're getting older.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I am surprised about a number of things. First of all, I am surprised I'm getting older. I always conceived that I would not be even this old.
But the alternative is
The
was not
alternative
acceptable
was not
either.
acceptable. No,
Right,
we don't
right.
like that, so we want to do this. And I do not feel that when I was much younger, I really had a role model to look at in my immediate vicinity of a woman who was as old as I am now, who seemed to be having fun. And so I am very interested in what's happened to us, because we are having fun.
Yes.
And we are, I hope, growing
Most
older
days.
gracefully most of the time. We're trying to take care of ourselves. We're trying to make our mark in the world. And it's kind of delightful.
I think that, I mean, it's not funny, although I choose to laugh at things like this. I mean, when you feel exactly the same, right? I mean, the age is just a number is not really right. It's a thing, right? But then all of a sudden you can't do something in the same way you've always done it, and you go, oh. You know, it's kind of like in the old days, there were self-imposed limits, like I choose not to train to run a marathon, so I can't run a marathon, right? But now, I'm sure I could if I figured it out. Right, yeah, right. But assuming
You're not going to.
I'm not going to. Now there are limits that are imposed on us by virtue of getting older,
Physical
right?
limits.
Yeah, physical.
Yes.
I mean, I can't remember some things sometimes. I mean, you know, it's not horrible. Hopefully it doesn't get horrible. But we are older, and I don't feel older. I mean, I feel as immature as I've always felt.
And I can confirm that you are pretty much. But
Yeah.
yes, but we are older. But I mean, you said this before, that the alternative is no good. Both of us lost our mothers when our mothers were very young.
Yes.
And so this is a blessing to be this old and to be still walking and talking. And I harken back to something we learned recently from one of our friends who's trains people like us, physically trains them. And she said, you can stay fit and functional, but nothing happens by accident.
Yeah.
You have to do it. And I think you and I are both trying to do it.
I think that's true. When you have a choice, you have to. In the old days, you could choose one way or another, and it didn't make a huge difference. Well, it probably did, but we didn't know it. Now you really do have to make that effort to say, I'm not going to let this happen on its own, because if you let it happen on its own, it's not a good result.
You're not going to like it.
You're not going to like it. You're not going to be happy. You won't have fun. Yeah, that's true.